we don't have a score, to accompany the film. And so these moments, these musical moments become even more important in giving a sense of rhythm, but also in allowing the spectator to.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Jana.
Nice to meet you, right?
Yes, it's very nice to meet you too. I hope we will have a chance to meet in person in the future as well.
I hope so too. Thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you and a pleasure to talk about Monica, which is beautiful, so beautiful, and oh my God, so beautiful. I got
Thank
goosebumps
you.
here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. So I'm going to start like asking about the inspiration you co-wrote with Orlando. How was like the inspiration for the script?
Yes, well, I think it stems from a desire, a need to explore themes of abandonment, the dynamics, the complexities, the consequences of abandonment. And by abandonment, I don't mean just the physical act of being abandoned, but also the experience of not being recognized, of not being understood for who you are. And I think that's something that it's inherently human. It's something that we can all relate to. And I believe that Monica's story offers a paradigm of this experience of what it means to be abandoned. And it allows the spectator, gives the spectator the opportunity to recognize their own experience around this theme to a certain extent. And that's why I find it so very valuable to explore those dynamics and tell this story.
Yeah, I wasn't abandoned. I always have a really good connection with my family, but I live abroad. So when I get like 1, 2 years to go home to visit them, I there's some of that feeling when she gets there. I feel like I'm an outsider. It's so
Of
funny
course.
because it's not just I was able to relate to that as well. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
thank you. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very like good with my family, but I can't relate. It's amazing how your story, the script, this Monica's story can relate to in a different levels with a lot of people,
Yes,
and
of course, and that's the power of cinema.
yeah, no, it's amazing. And to find the perfect Monica, Tracy,
Yeah.
it's amazing how what was about her previous work that made you pick her to play Monica.
Well, the casting process was a very, very long one. It took me over a year to find a Trace. Actually, I saw many, many candidates for the role, and it was a search that was not just in the U.S., but it expanded like all over the world. And I was obviously very aware of the fact that finding the right person who I could sculpt this character with, who could bring this character to life, was the most crucial and most important choice that we could make to tell this story really. And when I first met Trace, I got this very strong sense that I had found who I was looking for. Because Trace has this very raw quality, very beautiful way of being and not having to act. If you know what I mean, it's like
Yeah,
um,
her
she
presence.
she's able to be so present, and she's from the very beginning she was so passionate about telling this story. She was so committed to it, and it was really like an energy like thing where like you recognize that you have found the person that you could embark on a journey like this with and to be creative with and collaborate together. um yeah, and I couldn't be more proud of the character that we created.
Yeah, I'm very now more proud of the movie
Mhm.
because you took your time to find the perfect person to play Monica, and also you got Patricia Clarkson and Andrea Barraza. both are like, oh, amazing.
Yes, and
And
Emily Browning and Josh Close. Yes, like we have the really such a dedicated and talented cast, and Patricia is someone I'd met a few years ago at a film festival in Marrakesh, and in that moment, we talked about possibly collaborating one day. And so when I wrote this film, she was on my mind, And then Adriana Barraza is one of those actresses that I've always dreamed to work with, and it was such an incredible experience to get to know her really as a human being as well. And so Emily Browning and Josh Close, like we're really incredibly lucky to put together this cast.
yeah, no, it's amazing, amazing, amazing. Because all of them are very strong, and they all of them are unique. They're not this. It's incredible what you did there. I love it.
Thank you, thank you,
Yes,
thank you. And I have to say that during production it was almost like a family. We were like we felt like a family. And we created a very very strong bond that I can still feel to this day. A while after shooting this film, we get together. We are continuing this very special friendship as a group and also individually.
yeah, that's amazing. Also, the cinematography is it's also beautiful, and also the way that you shot even Monica's face, but Eugenia's face, everything is so different, a little different, very close up. What was your conversations with the cinematography,
Of
Kathleen?
course, Keita Risbandi and I wanted to create a cinematic language that would enhance, the sense of codependence that two or more bodies have within the same frame. Because we felt that was like an essential element in exploring these dynamics and telling this story. And of course, with that, also the sense of suffocation, that comes. And so, from the composition of the image, the use of lighting, like the use of the lines and colors within the frame, but also the choice of the aspect ratio, were very very important, and we spent a lot of time in crafting these images and in preparing for the shoot. And we shot in this very square-like aspect ratio, which is 1.2 to 1, to as I said, to prioritize, the body and the face over the landscape, but also to create that sense of codependence, to enhance the sense of codependence and the suffocation. And also that allowed us to work a lot on the relationship between the inside of the frame and the outside of the frame, and the anxiety, the tension that comes from what we keep from the audience, what we leave outside of the frame, is a very, very important part of this filmmaking language that we embraced and developed together.
It's really beautiful. Also, Monica's playlist, what she's listened to. What was like the inspirations? Those are songs that Andrea, listened every
Yes,
day.
yes, yes. Those are all songs that are very important to me personally. And there are songs that were written, like, there are 11 songs in this film, and like 9 of them had been written in the actual screenplay. So I knew exactly what I was going to use. And then 2 that were chosen after. But yes, they're all very important songs for me, but also songs that I feel either through contrast or through compatibility, like they reveal something about Monica, because most of them are songs that Monica listens to, and they provide either like a counterpoint to what she's feeling, or they really complement her experience. And so yeah, because this film doesn't have like it's exclusively diegetic, in the sense that we don't have a score to accompany the film. And so these moments, these musical moments, become even more important in giving a sense of rhythm, but also in allowing the spectator to like penetrate the emotional and psychological world of Monica.
That and talking about like creating this movie, putting this movie together, what was like your biggest challenge? I know everything is a challenge, but you must
Yes,
have
the
something
obstacles
there.
are infinite, and nothing goes according to plan. But I would say that the most difficult part for me, in all my films, has been like always raising the funding, and like and putting the financial resources together. That's the part that I enjoy the least in the filmmaking process, but it is so fundamental. It's so crucial. Without it, we can't, create. We can't really, realize our vision. So it's the part that it's certainly the one that I cringe about the most, and that like I don't look forward to. That being said, like there is something to point out about the process of revealing yourself. That can be very difficult as well. Like, and for a film like Monica, it's all about like being as sincere as you can to with your creative process, and with with your vision, and that can cause a lot of doubts, and a lot of turmoil, emotional turmoil, as you embark on this type of experience. So that is not to be undermined either. It's like it's part of the process. Now I recognize it and I accept it.
Yeah, I know, but I know that like collecting the funds and be like it's always a challenge part for independent movies. So
Absolutely,
yeah,
yes.
but I think what you did there, it's amazing. I think it was after watching, I was like, oh, that's why everybody was like applauding for like, I don't
Thank
know,
you.
10 minutes at the Venice
Thank you.
Festival, and I think was amazing. And I know we are talking about Monica, but are you already working on your next project?
Yes, I am. In fact, I'm working on a couple of different projects that are different stages of development, and yeah, I'm very looking forward to getting behind the camera again, and to start another to create another world, and to delve into it. Like, I can't really speak yet about it because it's still morphing in different directions, but yeah, I'm looking forward to of my professional life.
Yeah. And I have a question about like the streaming services versus movies. What do you think about like making movies for the streaming services, like and making a experience in theaters? You know what I mean? Like
Of
because they're
course, of course, of
movies
course.
for like you need to see on a
Yes,
big screen.
yeah. Well, I grew up, watching films in a theater. Like the experience of being in front of a large screen, a larger than life screen, and to do it around strangers and people, and having that communal breathing, like of experiencing something as a community, as a group, is magical, and it has always had a very, very profound effect on me. It was like entering a movie theater. In fact, is whimsical and incredibly emotional for me. Like the movie theater is a temple for me. You know, it's like it is charged with that type of energy, and it's a place where you dream, where you explore different worlds, and you recognize yourself, you understand more about yourself. It's really a place for catharsis. And so, you know, with that with that experience and being so like strong of that, you know, like and recognizing it as such an important part of what it means to explore stories cinematically. Like my preference would be always to watch films on the big screen, you know, like in a theater. I understand that that's not the direction that we're going towards, you know, like then the streaming services and platforms are becoming more and more meaningful and important in our world, and in just in society. But I hope that, you know, they will not replace the movie theater altogether, because you know, that's a different experience. It's not something that can be replaced.
Yeah. No, we can. I already watched some movies like you can see in the computer,
It's a
even
very
in
different
a big
experience.
TV, and then you go to the movie theater. It's a whole different movie, and then you know what I mean. So
Absolutely.
I was like, we can. I know some movies are made for streaming, which that's okay, but like your movie, you need to see in a big screen.
Yes, yes, it's
And
true.
you
It's
know,
true,
and
it's
then
true.
last year
Yes.
a lot of movies that when I watch it in the computer, and then I watch at the movie theater. I was like, oh my God, it's a whole different movie. It's a whole different experience. It's amazing. No,
Yes.
Andrea, I just wanna thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to
Thank,
meet you, and pretty soon we're gonna meet in person. And I just wanna thank you
thank
so
you,
much.
Jana. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I do hope too that we'll meet again in person very soon.
Yes, yes. And well, how do you say in Italian? Grazie? No. Yes,
Grazie,
grazie.
yes,
Yeah,
grazie,
grazie.
grazie, yes.
Grazie mille.
Grazie, grazie a te.
Ciao.
Ok, bye bye, ciao.
Bye-bye. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.